caretakers of the 120 acres of forest land that makes up Camp Arrah Wanna is really important to us.
And since Earth Day is coming up on April 22nd, along with an important volunteer workday, we thought it was a good time to fill you in on what's been happening here on this little part of God's beautiful earth.
Yep. Back in 2014, Camp Arrah Wanna actually started working with a professional forest management company, Trout Mountain Forestry, to create a comprehensive forestry stewardship plan. We have been strategically working our way through it over the past 9 years, and we will continue to do that into the future.
The four main goals driving this stewardship plan are: 1. Conserving and enhancing biological diversity and ecological integrity.
Number 2, minimizing the risk of damage to the Mount Hood Forest, our property, and our campers from things like forest fires and storm damage.
Number 3, to maintain and enhance the aesthetics and recreational value of our special property.
And lastly, number 4, we need to generate a little income from this selective logging practice to help offset the cost of these projects and maintaining the property.
We are proud of the time and care that has been put into this amazing piece of property, and the Forestry Stewardship Plan is a big part of that.
We're sharing this information with you today because one of the more visually dramatic steps in this process was accomplished this spring: the removal of hazardous trees around buildings and activity areas like this.
With the crazy cost increase of property and liability insurance, not to mention the very real threat of forest fires in our area over the last few years, removing trees and shrubbery from around buildings and structures is one of the most important and proactive things that we can do to help keep our forest healthy, prevent damage to our property, and to keep our guests safe.
And removing these trees from around buildings will also make it easier for us to stay on top of maintenance and extend the life of our structures and outdoor activities. Because our thick, lush, and scenic trees are one of the best parts of what Camp Arrah Wanna has to offer, it's difficult to see some of them go, especially when the change looks so dramatic.
So this is us giving you a heads up so that when you visit camp next, you're not totally shocked by what you see, or rather don't see.
Please do not misunderstand us. We are not, nor will we ever, be clear-cutting all of the beautiful Camp Arrah Wanna trees. In fact, we are very selective about which trees are removed and when, always.
That's right. It's just that removing trees from around the buildings and structures has a much bigger visual impact than removing strategic trees in a thick forest. And this time, we removed about 90 trees that were hazardously close to the bluff units, to Stearns Cottage, to Fernhaven, the shop, and Judson Lodge.
One of those places, the tree cabins where we are, is covered in snow at the moment, so you can't see it here, but the change is pretty eye-opening. Many of those trees were already rotten and about to topple over without any help from us, which is why we're really glad we took the time to remove them now. And this is really only a small portion of the trees that will eventually need to be removed from around our 30 other buildings and structures.
So when you visit camp next and notice how open things are feeling around the main lodge and the cabin areas, be sure to also see all of the beautiful sunlight that will now brighten things up and feed the remaining forest even more.
Yes. We also want to take this opportunity to ask you to consider joining us for our April 22nd and our May 20th volunteer work days from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and we'll even give you lunch. Because as difficult as it is to say goodbye to some of these trees, it's going to be even harder to clean up after them.
It will take lots of volunteers to help us get camp ready for summer, and we would love the opportunity to show you all of the progress that has been made, not only with the forestry stewardship work, but also on Stearns Cottage.
Oh yeah, I'm seriously so excited about Stearns. But you have to come on the 22nd or the 20th of May, or both, to see it. We'll even give you a tour of the inside.
Speaking of Stearns, don't we need some more funding in order to finish that by midsummer?
Yeah, actually you're absolutely right, Corey. Here's my shameless plug for financial support. The Stearns Cottage remodel actually turned into a rebuild, which is costing us much more than originally planned. So, If you can help us get it done by making a donation today, please do so.
You can donate online or send a check. The link is in the video description below.
Thanks for your time. See you later.
Thank you.
All right. That was awkward. My hand.
Okay.
Does my hair look okay?
Yes, it does.
Are we at the
Okay,
beginning?
we're recording.
Okay.
Okay, this good?
Can you see my shingles?
Bleep, bloop, reel.
Okay.
He's like creeping on us.
Yeah. He's stalking
Quiet
us.
on set!
Crazy cost increase of property and liability insurance, not to mention the very real threat of forest fires in our area over the last few years.
He can't see behind your finger, Danny.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
My mouth is starting to get cold. Okay.
Cut. Thank you.